miss me?
What's up, baby? Did you miss me?
Did you miss me?
I'm officially missing you.
Hello, this is your Korean teacher, Dexter. It's been a long time.
It's been a long day.
Did you miss me or not? I enjoyed my vacation without do nothing. Also, I reflected about my previous KIIP level 3 videos. And some of my subscribers already knew that there was copyright issues. I asked to KIIP book company before I recorded KIIP level 3 videos. And they answered when I finishing the final chapter of KIIP level 3 that using totally same page would violate the copyright, and I agree to that. So I will not publicly open the previous KIIP level 3 videos, but if you eager to watch that video, please contact me by comments. Some of my students say, teacher, other YouTubers still use the KIIP book, but why only you so seriously think about it? Well, yeah, the student would be right. But frankly, to me, I don't want to care others. They are they, but mine is mine. Anyway, my purpose is still same. I love to speak English, and I also want to help KIIP students. My English is not that perfect, so you guys may not in interest in my English, but when I deal with my major and my mother tongue, also father tongue, Korean language by English, some of you may interest in it. So I will continue to make my KIIP English videos by following or escaping the copyright rules. And when I analyze my subscriber watching trend in my video, you guys are usually want to watching vocabulary and grammar section. So I will catch that purpose. So I will deal with vocabulary and grammar at first and shortly. So next up is KIIP level 4, which is 중급 2. Here, look at here, 중급 2. And there is important things, which is KIIP level 4 is the last and the final language course in KIIP system. After level 4, level 5 is cultural class rather than the language. So, level 4 is the highest language course. It means the level of vocabulary and grammar drastically increased. Before we start, I want to make one thing clear. When you see the syllabus of the book in the 문법 section, there is no grammar at all. It is all usage grammar, and usage is related but different matters. As a linguistician who love to learn and share the language, even if it is convention or tradition in Korean educational field, I don't want to follow that stupid things. Grammar and usage is totally different matters. So I will distinguish the term usage from grammar. Again, in the KIIP level 4, there is any single grammar, always usage. So before we start the unit 1, let's skimming of this new KIIP level 4 book shortly. So before we start the unit 1, let's skimming the syllabus of this level 4. The first unit is 한국 생활 적응. 적응 is adaptation. So you guys may be already adapted to Korean life, but think about when you first come to Korea, how you adapt to Korean life and what was difficulty and what was surprising. Reflect or think about your first time in Korea. It could be easy to understand these chapters. And unit 2 is 가족의 변화. 변화 is, in dictionary they say change, but in this unit is more close to transition or shift. So change, literally change of family, but the meaning is family type transition. Move to small family member. Nowadays, usually 3 members or just 4, at least 4 members in one family. But in a long time ago, Korea has more family members than now. So it is the period of transition to smaller family members. And unit 3 is 생활 속의 과학. So 생활 is a life, 속 is inside, 과학 is science. So science in your life. So in this chapter, gotta deal with about some technology in Korean life, like IoT things. IoT is Internet of Things. Maybe you already knew that, right? And unit 4 is 한국의 의례. So 의례 is certain event or certain ceremony of Korea. So this chapter is a good and sad event. So good event is birth, and sad event would be die, and also marriage. Without marriage, there is no birth. So this 의례 is a ceremony usually deal with the birthday and funeral and marriage. And unit 5, I like that. 문화 유산. Actually, 문화 is culture, 유산 is heritage. So it's cultural heritage in Korea. In heritage, there is visible type and invisible one. So we could both deal with it, and I really like this chapter because this chapter not only focusing on Seoul. So yeah, I really like it. My favorite city to travel is Gyeongju. So you could deal with Gyeongju more in this chapter. And unit 6 is 국제화 시대. So 국제화 is internationalized. 시대 is time, era, period. So unit 6 is international world, international era. And you guys are the symbol of international age. You was not born in Korea, but you are living in Korea. That is international society. And unit 7 is 현대인의 질병. So 현대 is modern, in is person. So modern persons, 질병 is disease. So in this unit, gotta deal with the disease and the symptom of modern peoples. And I also a little bit worried about my overweight and maybe diabetes. They gotta deal with something like that. And unit 8 is 정보화 사회. So yeah, 정보화. 정보 is information. So 정보화 사회 is information society. So in this unit, they gotta deal with about the internet and smartphone. And here is the 복습. Again, 복습 is the most important for your test. So this time, this year, just the first year of the changing the new book, but when you see that video, it's already time goes by. So 복습 is the best question item for your test. Remember this one. And unit 9 is 사건과 사고, is accident and events. So usually deal with the accident. And unit 10 is 언어 생활. So 언어 is language. So proper language and its difficulty. So in Korean, maybe we have the 높임말, is a polite language, something like that. So at first time when you use the Korean language, there would be difficulty in speaking proper Korean language. So this unit gotta deal with it. And unit 11 is 교육제도, is educational system. And 12 is 선거와 투표. 선거 is election, 투표 is vote. So next year, there is Korea president election. Who's gonna be win? Who's gonna be the next Korea president? Who? I don't know, but I want to know. And unit 3 is 환경보호, is saving or protecting the environment. And Koreans are really sensitive to recycling. Do you think does recycling is effective way to save, protecting environment? I think it is not. But yeah, Koreans are so sensitive about it. But think about America and China, even the Thailand, where has the big territory. They don't care about the recycling because they have so broad land. But Korea, furthermore, not just all Korea Peninsula. We are living in South Korea Peninsula, so small territory. So In Korean thinking, just recycling is effective way to save Earth. Not only for Korea, also Japan also think recycling is important, but I think it is not that effective to the whole world. But for as Korean, yeah, recycling is so important. Anyway, this unit usually deal with the recycling. And next up is unit 14 is 생활과 경제. Is the economy in life usually deal with the price of product, the increasing price of the product. And next up 15 is 법과 질서. That is laws and orders with rules. Am I R sound better? Rules. Oh, so difficult. Anyway, the last unit is 이민 생활. 이민 is immigrant. 생활 is life. So immigrant life. So it's difficulty and your efforts. So last unit is yourself. You immigrant to Korea and you have the difficulty, but you try to adjusting to Korean society with your efforts. So that is the final and your last unit of Korean language. So after unit 4, not usually dealing about the language, but about the Korean culture and society. So again, look at the grammar section here. There is any single grammar. It is the usage, but they still translate as 문법. So are you ready to travel your last chapter of your language course? It is not that easy. Yeah, when I skimming this book, yeah, some vocabulary are difficult, even if to me. So to you, that is super difficult. But don't worry, I will translate all the vocabulary at least and all the usage for you. And reading and listening based on my class, my video, you could easily understand the reading and listening. But if you don't understand the listening or reading, just talk to me or writing comment to me. Let's do it together. I already analyzed all the book of level 4, but I will not make the video now. Why? Because of stupid Apple. You know, the company Apple has been discriminating Korea from other countries. When you go to Apple shop in Korea, you have to speak English. Can you believe it? In Korea, there's no Apple Pay and never been the first release countries. So the Apple didn't send me to iPad Pro 5 generation 12.9 inch yet. This one is the first generation. I already ordered the 5 generation, but I cannot get it. All Koreans could get the iPad Pro 5 generation at the June 1st. So our first KIIP level 4 video is after unboxing my iPad Pro. If you want to say something to me, you have to talk to Tim Cook first. Let the Korea be the first release country with Apple Pay, please. But don't worry, this time I will deal with the vocabulary and usage shortly. So before your KIIP level 4 test, we could finish the old chapters. So see you after unboxing video. I'm look forward to watching you. Bye bye.